Good morning, folks. I wanted to do something completely different today, but, and this should be your mantra as well, I don't care. 10 o'clock in the morning, sun is burning pretty hot, and I forgot to put sunscreen on. Damn it, have to go back. Is that the topic for today? No. Setting boundaries, the key to inner peace. First of all, treat the people around you, or in general, every single person, the way that you want to be treated. Define for yourself very accurately how you want to be treated. And then draw a line. And everything that is out of this range, don't allow it anymore. Now, if you are not used to say no because of education, parenting, whatsoever, can be difficult. And when I say you have to say no, I don't mean something like, oh no, I don't really want to do that because of, oh no, I'm sorry. No. If something doesn't please you, you say no and walk away in silence without any explanation. Maybe you've seen the movie clip on TikTok, I don't know. I think it was the movie Seven Cycles. Don't quote me on anything. Where one guy threatens another guy with a gun and says, "Hands up." And he said, "No." And the guy with the gun said, "What? What? Why not?" "I don't want to." "Are you crazy? I have a gun." Too bad. That's the way of saying no. And when it's about treating others like you want to be treated, maybe short background story. You know, I'm here on Lanzarote, and on my first day I was looking for a restaurant for having dinner. And yeah, it's a touristy area, and you know there's restaurants, hundreds of tourists, and 3-meter long menus in front of the door with pictures and stuff like that. I don't like that at all. And I found a small restaurant, very small menu. I gave it a try, and food was so awesome. People were nice. Was amazing. And thought to myself, this will be my restaurant. I don't look for anything else. Cannot be much better. And anyway, on the second day, I got my second beer for free. My third day was greeted with a handshake. I got my grappa for free. And now, after 5 days, they greet me with "Buenas tardes, amigo." I get a hug, and there's a table reserved for me, without making any reservation. And I didn't do anything particular. It was just friendly, not complaining, respecting the stuff. That's it. Life can be so easy if you're not a dickhead. Sunscreen, new shirt, good to go. Now, you should be aware of that. Drawing a line and setting boundaries will make you lose friends. Many friends. But if you're losing friends because they are not willing to respect your boundaries, you should ask yourself if they had been friends in the first place. But anyway, those who stay are the real ones that you can count on. And I prefer having 3 real friends than 100 fake ones. Now, boundaries are individual. You most likely might have different boundaries than I have. So I can only talk about mine. And yeah, I have a basic rule. If you don't finance me, feed me, or fuck me, don't tell me what to do. Now, setting boundaries in a business context, I cannot recommend anything to you. I can only tell you about the things that worked for me. Must not work for you. Maybe you get fired. And whenever I push my boundaries, I always have in mind that it might go wrong, that maybe at some point they have enough of my attitude and I'm out of it. But I'm not scared, because first of all, I have enough money to cover, let's say, 2 years without any salary at all. And on the other hand, with my experience and my expertise, I'm pretty sure I walk out of the one door, get into the next, and have another job if I'd want to. And honestly, very often I think to myself, wow, never would have thought that I could get through with it. The only orders I accept are from my team leader or from the CEO. Everybody else has to kindly ask for support. Short background story. Some years ago, in the good old times, when we were at the office every day, I was sitting at my desk, the door opens, and there was, let's say, a new colleague. And she was saying, I am the assistant of Dr. La La La. This and this and that, I want you to do this, and quick. I listened to her, I looked at her, and I said, I know who you are, and I don't care. I know your salary. First of all, this is not my responsibility. Second of all, you want something from me, so you have to ask me for help politely. So please, start again. She didn't. She walked away. Some minutes later, my team leader came to my office and he said, Mike, could you do this and this and that? I said, of course. Until when? Yeah, during this day. No problem. Has been this person in your room, was she talking to you? Yeah, she did. I said, He said, yes, she's new. She doesn't know you yet. She will learn. Everything's fine. But don't get me wrong, whenever somebody needs help, I do everything I can to support this person. But don't come to me demanding something or thinking that you have the right to demand anything from me. As I said, there's only two people who can do that. The team leader and my CEO. Everybody else has to ask. Another short story. Some high-level employee called me and said, Mike, I have to go short-term to a client and I need the turnover information of the last 2 years and the payments and stuff like that, all kind of financial information. I have to leave in 1 hour and I want to have a look at it before I go there. I said, no, it's not possible. Yeah, but I need the information. I said, okay, I can give you something without any warranty of, let's say, accuracy or whatever. Or I give you something tomorrow. Correct data, trustful data that you can work with. What do you want? Yeah, but I need this now. Yeah, could be that you need this now, but I cannot deliver now. First of all, I'm not sitting on my desk waiting for your call. I have things to do, and I cannot throw away everything else. Second, you want something from me in let's say 30 minutes. That's a job for 3 or 4 hours. It's not possible. No. You decide. Either you get something questionable or you get accurate data the next day. And he said, okay, it is what it is. Give me something. Works. Back to never think you're better than anyone else, but always know that nobody's better than you. Makes us all equal, doesn't it? Yet some people think they're more equal than you, especially those with a certificate or academic degree. As usual, short backstory. I was once working for a famous consulting company, 3 letters. And when they were hiring for consulting staff, they were only hiring people from elite universities like Harvard, Stanford, something like that. And from those universities, they were only taking the best 10% of a year for inviting for an interview. Of course, that was part of the marketing concept, saying we have only the highest of the high potentials and that's why we charge 500 euros per hour. It's appropriate. Now, one consultant with a Harvard degree once told me, having a degree from those elite universities has nothing to do with competence or knowledge. It's all about money. First of all, if your parents don't have money, you don't get even access to this kind of universities. And second, if you want to have a good degree, your parents have to make donations to the university. And the bigger the donation, the better your degree. Nothing to do with knowledge or expertise. Although some of those folks are quite clever, but most of them were so far off of everything, It's incredible. Now in Germany, not that extreme, but kind of similar. You know, my ex-wife, psychologist, studied 12 years psychology. It was a long time. But regarding that she is Ukrainian and not a native speaker, she made her diploma with 1.0. That's awesome. But you have to take into account she was married, I was working full-time, and she didn't have to work a single hour to make ends meet, and she could concentrate 100% on her studies. So if you're not in that lucky position and you have to study and work at the same time, you simply don't have the appropriate amount of time to study, and probably you're writing all your necessary papers by copy and pasting out of the scripts that somebody else wrote before. That is what it is. So either you have financial support or a lack of knowledge. I said what I said. I'm judgmental. It's my opinion. So apart from some few very high level guys, you know, CEOs and stuff like that, we're all the same. We just try to survive with some dignity. So treat other people like you want to be treated. Set your boundaries. Demand that people respect your boundaries. And as well, respect other people's boundaries. It's not a one-way road. And you know, whatever situation I find myself, positive or negative or miserable, I always say to myself, Mike, you are in this situation because you decided to do so, because you wanted to be in this situation. If you wouldn't have wanted to, you wouldn't be here. And therefore, you will never find me complaining about any circumstance at all. No. Anyway, today's Saturday, tomorrow Sunday, last day. Tomorrow I won't make another video. I'm on vacation. You understand that? So far, stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned. And I wish you inner peace. Ciao, ciao.